Okay, so let's get into this now. I'm going to actually change into casting mode now, just because I feel sometimes I can slightly give it away. So, game 1, Mongols, Vikings on Land Madness. So remember, for game 1, both players are going to be banning their maps. Sorry, let me... Yeah, best of 3. Let me just update this one quick second. So we have Archie at about, I think it was about 1400, about 900, with a 10% handicap. Beautiful. Okay, we've got it. All right, and we're good to go. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have game 1 of Archie versus SuperTerrior, or always humble SuperTerrior. I'll probably refer to them as SuperTerrior for short. So both of these players have mutually agreed to play Land Madness on the first map. Land Madness, as you can see, if you've watched the other games that we've had it twice. Now this is the 3rd time I think we've had Land Madness. So far every game we've played it. It is one of my favorite maps. So with Land Madness, you're only going to start off with one boar. We can see it over here, the Minecraft boar that we've got. But you get a berry bush instead. So that's why we're going to see players push a little bit more deer to get that bonus. But the good thing about this map is you got a lot of deer and a lot of berries around as well. So it doesn't take too long to be able to find more resources on the map for food. Now the hard part with this map though, you can see that all the wood lines are pretty hard to wall off. So you're going to have to play relatively open because you can't build on these grey areas. Now in terms of civilizations, we have Archie going the Vikings and SuperTerrior going Mongols. Now I'm quite interested to see what this is going to look like. I have an inkling we might see a little bit more, I don't know. I don't really know how SuperTerrior plays. I'm going to have a stab in the dark. Let's think maybe scouts into Cav Archer or unique unit, depending if we can get that, get into Castle Age. For Archie though, Vikings, some of the worst kind of Cav really that you can have in the game. So I'm going to expect to see a little bit more, you know what? I was going to say archers. I have an inkling that it's going to be infantry. If I know Archie, this isn't going to be archers. Ooh, close call. So yeah, interested to see what these players can whip up, to be honest. And there we go, looks like SuperTerrior's just found their boar. So do have a 10% handicap on with this matchup as well. Long distancing some berries. So we do have 10% to SuperTerrior, obviously the lower elo. So they are going to get a bit of a nice boost for this one. And if you put in !handicap in the chat, it'll give you a quick rundown on what exactly the handicap affects as well. There we go, pop the mill down. Ours is looking good from both players, 15-15. Idle TC time, pretty much the same. A very similar start so far for both players. And there's peace in the land. Before there was war, there was peace. But there was the brewing tension of war. So they started collecting gold. It's like, damn, we might need to fund this shit. But we're going to go. Have we clicked up? No, we haven't clicked up. What are the veal counts on? 18 to 18. Similar still. Okay, going to gold pretty early. Archie scout coming underneath. I wonder if he's going to spot. No, he tries to back out. Is he going to lame? No. Oof. I don't know what Archie was attempting there, just playing around. I think maybe the berry bush interfered with the pathing trying to get out of there. Unfortunate, but definitely take that for Super Terrier. So 3 on gold already. So normally with the Archer build, you see a lot of players put it on wood and then transition onto gold once they've clicked up. But let's see. We've got 3 on. It might not even be Archers. I'm not too sure what to expect, to be honest. We do see Loom now from both players. Feudal Age for Super Terrier. And that's a really good Dark Age from Super Terrier, I feel. We've got 20 Vils, but 21 from Archie. No military units now. The scout gone, so Archie was able to get in the extra Vil. Final TC time 15 seconds though. So we do have just a slight difference, obviously Archie clicking up just a little bit later. Looks like they're wanting to go 21 Vils versus Super Terrier's 20. Archie now having another mill, and this is a really good mill. You've got deer and berries there. That's a fantastic find for Archie. Now let's see their point of view. So look like they were looking around, they ended up finding the TC. Quite unfortunate way to find it, but that is the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately, sometimes. And there we go, we do have Archie now. Oh no, I thought that was, oh no, there it is, right there, in front of my face. It's a mining camp with the barracks. So let's have a look. We don't have anyone on gold yet. We have more going on to wood. Still fair few on food as well. And if we can get a snipe here, that's going to be amazing value. The Vil does have Loom. So even just delaying that barracks as well, that's huge because Super Terrier's already got the lead in terms of clicking up faster. And that's a really smooth transition. We've had the barracks still up down already, so as soon as Super Terrier hits feudal, we're seeing now the stable. And we're either going to see... No? Okay, so from that, I'm pretty sure now we are going to start seeing some military units out of this barracks from Archie. See, if he was able to get it even just a little bit earlier, could even have made a few militia in there and then upgraded to man-at-arms once they'd clicked up, but doesn't look like it's happening. Super Terrier does have some scouts already on the way. Very, very smooth transition so far. So now we can see we've got 2 scouts on the field. Archie's pretty open over here. This is a little lonely Vil as well. We do have a spear being teched in by Archie. So maybe we're not really going, maybe we are just playing a little bit more conservative, which is very un-Archie. Yeah, you might want to get that. Okay, there we go, beautiful. We do have a spear on the gold and this berry bush. Okay, now we've got about 3 scouts. Interesting. So Archie definitely predicting the scouts here as well. So it was almost like Archie made the assumption that we were going to see some scouts, especially with that early uptime perhaps. And it looks like we might get a Vil pick here. No, not quite. Does take 1 scout though. No upgrades on the scouts just yet. You get some TC fire on them. Every little bit of damage counts at this stage in the early game. I mean, yeah, that's a great hit. So pretty much now, you can even use the Vils to fight, which is what Archie's doing. Chasing around. Another spear. Flew all over here. Let's have a look at Super Terrier's base for a second. Now, see, this is the only thing going to gold that early. We're now floating 560 gold and also 600 wood. So if you're producing scouts, you definitely want to start slapping down those farms. We don't have any eco upgrades, but we are going the blacksmith, which is good. Good indication that we're probably looking to click up, but if we slap down those farms a little bit earlier, then we'd have a much better food economy. And we're going our 3 stable. Very interesting. Okay, I like it. We're going to go quite aggressive. Okay, so we're not going to see the plan of... Maybe we'll still see some unique units later on, some Mangadai, but looks like we're going to see a little bit more cavalry, which I quite like. Although, if Archie still goes into infantry... I think they might get eaten though, the cavalry. But I suppose if you back it up with manga diet, it could be okay, even a bit of siege perhaps. So now only at sea. So just a bit of a halt now with the food eco. So this is going to be the hard part. So this is why it's going to be super important now for the scouts to be able to do a lot of damage. But Archie's just made so many spearmen that no matter where Super Terrier is going to go, they're going to go into a bit of trouble. At this point in time, your best bet might even see... Oh, is it a weak veil? Trying to catch him off guard. Ooh. Okay, so we've got really good scouting at the moment. What you could do, if I was in this position, well, you've got really good scouting of the map. So that's the hard part. If I'm Super Terrier now, yeah, so you definitely go and scout around. I'd probably, if I had the two again, I'd use one just to be able to scout around the base and the other one to go scout the map. And sorry, I did actually miss something quite big. Super Terrier's on the way to castle with bloodlines, but like not just on the way to castle, like well on the way to castle. So that's why the food was so low. I don't know if we saw a buy. I think that's definitely what we saw since the gold is down so low. So I think maybe that was Super Terrier's plan the entire time, was just buy the food. Interesting. Super Terrier, if you're still around, can you confirm? Is that what you did to click up? Did you just buy the food? There we go, onto Castle Age, into 3 stable, and Archie's only now got Man-at-Arms. So this is going to be interesting. Archie's going to have to do some damage, and Super Terrier has confirmed with us in chat that is exactly what he was doing. So that was the plan the entire time. I love it. I'm going to see some step lancers. I do like it just because they get that extra little bit of damage in that bit earlier. So we've got 9, no upgrades on them though. So they'll do 9 damage versus the Men-at-Arms 6 as well. So in a little mass, these can be so annoying because even Pike don't effectively deal with them, to be honest. Archie now getting the upgrades, +1 for forging. He's going to have to pull back from that, but I think they're just too slow. You're going to have to try and take the engagement, but the pathing, they're just trying to get... See, this is the hard part. When you right-click one unit to try and to attack, all of them are trying to like gather around. So again, I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but apparently a really effective way when you want to make it an engagement is just hit stop. Archie now trying to retreat, save the troops. You're going to have to try and mass up. It's a little bit of a heal here. If you can try and get the heal bonus. Still no upgrades from Super Terrier. We've got +1/+1 for Archie's infantry. And they didn't really put a dent in that. So we definitely want to see... Okay, we've got 2 barracks now from Archie. Still a fair few on gold. We got some spears. We're going to go +2 attack. Ooh, followed by the castle. Super Terrier, the man with a plan. Archie now meeting and getting a taste of his own medicine with this aggression though. Archie, one of the most aggressive players I know, but this game it just feels like Super Terrier's just been knocking at the door the entire time. I do like the Pike upgrade. Vine casting. Pike, see, same thing, exact same thing. I don't know what's happening here with the pathing. I don't know if that's like just an AoE thing at the moment. Because I know, look at all those buildings that are going to be able to take. Taking the blacksmith, but does already have +2 attack, +1 armor. Still going to be annoying, not detrimental. Taking though the blacksmith and the market. 2 pretty crucial buildings. Archie now trying to get the second TC down. Very un-Archie-like. But I suppose in this situation, when you're getting pressured so heavily, if you can deal with the military, then you can just sit back and boom and hopefully just have that eco powerhouse to be able to counter-attack the opponent. Because I suppose it's on top of a little hill here as well, that castle. I rate that quite highly. And we're seeing petards. I love it. Love this aggression. The hard part with this, I suppose, doesn't really deny farms or resources though. Like I think there's one berry bush over here, but not really hurting Archie maybe as much as Super Terrier would like. Archie now getting the blacksmith again. Don't have the longsword upgrade either. Oof. Very nice. Watch out for the pike though. Nice. Very well spotted. Go into the cover of the castle. Well done. Archie does respond appropriately, but no, then they go back. There's back and forth, back and forth. Super Terrier just being a bit of a pest here. You love to see it, just being annoying. Just knocking on every door possible. Over here being super annoying, gets a veal pick as well. Second veal pick, third veal pick over here. It looks like they're going to get another one, so that's 4 in total from Super Terrier. Just got to be careful. Oof. You have the +2 armor now coming in for the infantry, so this infantry is going to be quite difficult to deal with just with step lancers. I wonder if we're going to get some more here. The pike will eventually get there though. I think we do have squires already from Archie. I'm not too sure if we have husbandry yet from Super Terrier. And look at that, that's just been enough to just annoy Archie really, because look at this. Look at the bottleneck that it's caused. That's so annoying. I know this. I've been there. I've been that player that's had to reposition troops constantly. It's the most annoying thing. Now Archie going pretty much all in pikes. Not really worrying about men-at-arms, longswords. Good engagement here from Archie. Let's go have a look at Super Terrier in their base. So still chopping. Still mining. We've got 6 on gold. 14 on wood. Maybe slap down a few more farms. We don't have any eco upgrades either. So we milled over here, still 1 TC versus Archie's 3 TC. Push them off the wood line over here completely. And this is what I mean with land madness. You can't wall all the way across, you've got to play open. We do have arson though coming in from Archie. Another forward stable. I like the aggression, taking the stone over here as well. We're on 700 stone. I wonder if we're going to see now another castle. The hard part really, with all these pike, you can't really build another forward castle. I mean, you could probably build it somewhere here if you wanted to double dip, so that way you're under the protection of the castle you've already got. And Combat Disco in chat makes a good point. We want some Mangadai. Imagine on the woodline sitting over here, being able to get some picks on the pike. Might require a little bit more micro, but it could have devastating effects. Maybe just a little bit further to deny the gold, even though Archie's not on it anymore. We're seeing a scorpion now from Archie. Unsure. I'm unsure about that. The only reason I'm unsure is just that you're against cavalry and Mongols obviously get Mangadai. So unsure. And we get husbandry now coming in from Super Terrier, so these are going to become super zoomy boys. But I think regardless, you're just bottlenecking the opponent with castles, which is great. So we can go back to stone, and if we can keep castling up, especially on a map like this, if you can get this Archie in the corner, it's going to be quite difficult for them to come back. And holy moly, wait a minute, Archie in Super Terrier's base. I'm not sure if Super Terrier's even noticed. I barely noticed. And we hear the town bell. Get the hell inside, everyone. Going to wall off that gold. I think that's a smart play. You definitely don't want to be pushed off here. And Archie now getting a little bit of breathing room. Somewhat at least. Probably going to be able to deal with this. That's a right click to the siege workshop. And still garrison inside the town center. So this is fantastic value here from Archie. Does end up losing the troops, unfortunately. And that is the hard part when you right click on a building. I think a lot of people will say, you know, right click right next to the building and then they'll attack it if there's no troops, if there's no units. But obviously with the villas being so close, they're probably going to run over to the villas anyway. So it's a tough one. Archie now with Arson is going to try and take the blacksmith. Only has +1/+1. So that is probably going to hurt a fair bit. We're back on gold. We've already got enough stone for another castle. I'd love to see one over here. Deny the escape. But I suppose here there's just so much room. So even over here, denying that stone, there's no one really over there. Just keep bottlenecking. Or even just right on there as well. And oh, Archie! Some type of misclick there, surely. He's going to lose 3 scorps. Ooh, this loses 2, luckily. Looks like he's run out of gold there. The villagers now are also automatically going to this gold. This is a bit of chaos happening here. SuperTerrior is able to escape from the woodline. He's bolting. Got another lumber camp up there as well. We've got 39 to 58 vills. And Archie's 3 TCs. Really just coming in strong here. Looks like we've hit a little bit of a stalemate. And Archie's going to attempt to build a defensive castle. I don't think that goes up though. Why? The vills keep walking over the top. Oh, and he deletes it after just slapping it down. Realizes, nah, I'm not going to be able to get this up. I think really needed the castle. And just SuperTerrior just pushing. Selling a lot of wood. Buying a lot of food. Trying to get more troops out. 38 vills to 56. Getting a few vill picks here. So the eco KD as well. Archie has killed 7 vills. SuperTerrior 19. So even though Archie has the vill lead, SuperTerrior has done a lot of damage to the vills. Now we do have a bit of idle eco here though. But if you look at the idle eco from both players, it's going to be in Archie's favor really. I mean, it's going... Oh, huge find here. Getting Archie off of gold. Scorps coming in now. And the pikes need to run over. And I don't know if this is another misclick perhaps. It's a lot of vills running around Archie's base. Even though they've got the vill lead. I mean, there's no one on the farms over here. We've got idols all over the map. I think just this pestering and constant raiding from SuperTerrior. It's just got Archie under the pump. And that castle did go up eventually. Surprisingly, the longsword's not getting as much damage from under the castle fire over here, but I think we are going to see this barracks go down eventually. Might need to make a few more over here, but just slowly just keeps getting pushed into a corner. And a mangonel, actually quite persistent to stick with siege. SuperTerrior just floating from stone to stone. And this is the thing with the castles. If that rally point gets set over to the base, look at them all. You're not even going to get through. Gamson's now coming in for Archie, so they're going to have more pierce armor. I don't think that's going to really help. As soon as they make the turn here, they just get eaten alive. I mean, it's a lot better than what I thought. And those pike are still over in SuperTerrior's base, still just being a pest. Oof, okay, here we go. If those step lancers can get there in time, that's going to be very, very important for SuperTerrior, because you do not want to deal with 2 mangoes on your CC. Takes out the deer, at least. Maybe a bit of a misclick there from Archie, and the longsword just going straight past. I think Archie's just scrambling, because you can see at home, it is just chaos, this game. But you can see why they call it Land Madness. This is just pure madness. Even all the idle pike over here, not really protecting anything. More idle vills, farms not being used, all these vills trying to have a place. There's just so much going on, and slowly but surely Archie just keeps getting pushed back further and further into this corner. I don't mind this castle, but it's just so hard. This is SuperTerrior3's only TC. If Archie can take this down, this can be huge. Does have +2/+2 and Gambesons as well. Are we going to get there? Looks like there's a bit of an engagement in the middle here. Steplancer's cleaning it up though, getting another blacksmith. The villas have popped out and Archie will take that town centre. That is a huge win that I really feel like Archie needed there, because it was feeling a bit hairy for him. I think with that has definitely changed the momentum of the game. Putting that pressure on the opponent after receiving so much yourself, I think it was really important there. There we go, bringing back the longswords to fight with the pike. Really good play there by Archie. Feel like they're going to win this fight, and they will. Now a few idle vills around from SuperTerrior. You just need another town centre somewhere. 38 to 48. Look at the eco KD from SuperTerrior. It's just been an absolute menace in Archie's base. I was expecting this to be a lot higher from Archie, but obviously just with the constant pressure and rating from SuperTerrior. You know, is either player even thinking about Imp? I don't think so, not at this stage. Archie maybe, since they've got so much on gold. And it does just feel like Archie might be running away with this game now. After taking that town centre, that's completely stopping SuperTerrior3's eco. Stopping all the food economy. Is able to only get a little bit of stone, some gold, some wood. And Archie now returning the pressure, putting longswords everywhere. Pike everywhere. It's not every day you see someone raid with pike, and it looks like we might have a castle over here now. I do like, there are a few more villas over here now, and we're also going to see some berserks as well. Really good against cavalry. And did I just hear a wallow? We sure did. Why not? Why not? You're floating the gold, you don't have food, you've got to get something out. And at least the longswords are going to be a lot more effective against pikemen. But protect the monks! Protect the monkers! And almost a base trade here. Well, not quite a trade as such, but SuperTerrior is like, well, I'm already over here with 3 castles. I might as well just build my new TC over here. Probably would be worthwhile even seeing a couple, but the hard part is we just don't have the food economy, so we're going to have to try and buy some. Ooh, I do like that castle. It's going to take down that TC, deny a lot of farms. Berserk's now coming in. And Archie pretty much cleaning up all of this, but let's have a look to see Archie's point of view. Doesn't know that they've actually migrated over here. So I do feel like scouting has been something that's really probably hindered Archie in this game, because it doesn't look like the scouting has been that much more. Now SuperTerrior doesn't know about the castle over here, doesn't know about the town centre. He's building a town centre over here. They're both building town centres. Kind of feels like they're douching each other. Do neither of them know that they're building town centres right next door to each other? This has been a crazy game. There's so much happening. We do see Archie click Imperial, and GG has been called, and Archie takes out game 1. And I do think that's a good call from SuperTerrior. Had some really good early aggression. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to hit the jugular of Archie. Great early aggression though. Definitely had Archie against the ropes. I was quite concerned for Archie in the first few moments of the game, but the moment that it turned was when those pike raided. It's not every day you see pike raid, but I tell you what, they did an effective job. In the end there as well, I think the whole time, even until the end, the eco KD was huge. But the hard part, I suppose, is just finishing off the opponent. But GG's, Archie does take out game 1. And as SuperTerrior can see in retrospect, maybe the castle placements as well. And I would agree. I think I like would have liked the first castle maybe just a little bit closer, try and deny some farms, especially at the early stages of the game. Since SuperTerrior was up a lot earlier, if you're able to deny some farms, some gold, that's huge at that point in the game. Later on, if you deny some farms, they'll probably just move to some new farms on another TC, but when that's the only TC, that's going to be quite huge. The next castle was quite good because of the bottlenecking, but the slow approach that we had to have just due to the countering of the pike definitely stung us there. So if we're able to maybe even get down some siege to deal with the pike, if we don't have the APM for Mangadai, not many people do. At 900 elo, I don't even at 1000, 1100 elo, so I do get it. But maybe even a little bit of siege could have helped us there. But GG's to both players, well done. Alright, we're going to get the second game loaded up. Now, for the second game, I'm assuming, because the times are a little bit different on here, but that's probably when I added it. Let me check Discord, because I did get confirmation with SuperTerrior of the order of the games before we started. Okay. Sorry folks, just give me 1 second. I want to make sure that we've got the right order for the game. SuperTerrior in chat, if you're around and it is incorrect, let me know ASAP. Beautiful. Alright, and we are on here for game 2. So because Archie took out the first game, correct, Hoopla, this is the first set, so Anansi versus Koa will be next. So this is game 2 of Archie versus SuperTerrior. Archie taking out the first game, so now SuperTerrior does have the pick of the second map. Now, if my memory is correct, I'm fairly sure SuperTerrior actually submitted Team Islands as one of their preferences for the map lottery. If SuperTerrior is around, please give us a 1 or a 2 in chat if that is the case. I'm pretty sure it was. But nonetheless, we still have Team Islands. So, a bit of a hybrid map. And I do know for a fact that Archie isn't as strong on hybrid maps. Definitely prefers to play on open maps, for sure. Probably going to be a bit stronger than what they'd say be on Nomad start. No, Archie doesn't play a lot of Nomad, just more of a castle, just because of Castle City, Castle Drop City. Whereas at least with this one, I think you can have a little bit more of a fun game. And we do get confirmation from SuperTerrior. It was their selection in the lottery, Team Islands. So you've got to be excited for this. Obviously, there's a reason that SuperTerrior has picked Team Islands. It must be a hybrid player. Like I've said, I'm not entirely sure of SuperTerrior's gameplay, but I'm very excited to find out. And a nice peaceful start. Again, we have peace in the land before the chaos. But it'll be interesting as well, I suppose Saracens, I think they get... I need to remember the bonus for Saracens. Is there a Navy bonus? And anyone in chat can confirm or deny the Navy bonus for Saracens? I feel like it's something to do with transport ships, maybe? I know they get great market abuse with Saracens, but I feel like there is, yeah, just pure market abuse from what I can remember. Here we go, the dock coming out. They get better galleys. Confirmed by SuperTerrior. And the Japanese will get more hit points on their fishing ships. It's going to be a lot harder to kill. I'm pretty sure we had C7 the other day actually going Japanese on Team Islands. So let's see the difference. Are we going to see similar results of what happened with Japanese, or are we going to see a different one? Let's find out. Let's see what these players can whip up. And I feel like this is probably intentional. At first I thought from Archie, I'm like, it's interesting he went Vikings at the very start in game 1. Obviously it still worked for them, but it seems like such more of a water map. But, my theory is, because Archie knows that he's not as strong on water, he was like, let's go water, and let's do market abuse. I feel like that's their game plan. They know that they're just not as strong, so they're like, okay, I'm not going to really be able to balance the eco that well, so let's try and get the market to do it for me. Obviously, Saracens just get better deals at the market, for those, if anyone doesn't know, or if they're new to the game. Welcome, welcome, MC West. We're in game 2. Archie took out the first game on Land Madness. Getting 2 fishing ships now from each player, 22 to 20. So it looks like a little bit more idle TC time, so a fair bit actually. 1 whole game minute. I want to take that ball. Jump around. It does get the other one as well. So a little bit behind now from SuperTerrior. 24 to 22. Oh, 23. So still somewhat close. Looks like Archie now with the idle TC time. Looks like they're probably... I'd try and force drop that. They're looking to click up. This idle TC time. Chewing. There we go. And we do finally get the drop. If there's one thing I've learned with this game, and I learned it quite quickly, but it's easier said than done. Oh, scouting with the fishing ship. SuperTerrior, have you been watching Crazy Joe's streams? He'd be so proud right now if you did. And if not, he'd just be like, that's marvelous. Oh, no way. Is that possible? No way. I have not seen that before. Are you kidding? That's insane. Oh, trapping the fishing ship. Oh, no way. But at the same time, kind of denies the shorefish there. Kind of leaves it. Wants to say, screw it, I'm just going to use another dock. Both players up at a similar time. I love that. I've never seen a fishing ship be trapped before. That's amazing. Unfortunate though for SuperTerrior, but it still served its purpose. SuperTerrior just wanted to scout out the opponent, know where the opponent was. First time on board the fishing ship. Oh, and there's a drop. Is Archie going to see that? Did Archie see that? I don't think so, because it was right here. That's so close. I wonder if so Archie going 3 docks. This is the complete opposite of what he needs to be doing right now. If this gets pulled, if this works, already has 500. Okay, we've got now 7 views queued up. 7 views? All right, no more idle TC time for SuperTerrior. Huge. But you do get confirmation from SuperTerrior that they saw the dock foundation. So obviously Archie just didn't see. Yep. Archie just didn't see them, I'm assuming, because it was there for a split second, and it's going to be very hard to catch that. You have to be at quite a high level to do so, I feel. And we're getting now the Man-at-Arms upgrade. So are we going to see the same but in reverse, but with Japanese, the faster attacking infantry? I love this. With the one barracks though, it's going to be slightly slower. Looks like we're happy to lose water actually, and this is almost a bit of a debate here, really, because Archie's going full meta of playing water. Has already scouted their island. Is kind of just chilling. Scout just chilling. I suppose in Team Islands, just putting your scout on auto scout isn't a bad thing. Now the only thing that you might want to be careful with, if you want the element of surprise, you don't want your scout to be found. But Super Terrier, wanting to get a good scout around, obviously that's the balance, right? You want to know where your opponent is, you want to know where their resources is for when you attack, and so your Man-at-Arms just don't go straight into the TC fire. So you probably want to try and balance it, because now you actually would definitely know that there's been a transport. But I feel like it's already too little too late. Archie now going aggressive, going to take the fishing ships, but there's only 4 fishing ships. Do we have farms? We're just getting farm production, no eco upgrades. We do have double bit though from Archie. So Archie's going to be winning water, but it's already too late because Super Terrier is here. Getting some farms down. And that is a lot of fire ships. Getting horse collar. Man-at-Arms are on the move. There's only 4 though. We're not making any more. I wonder what Archie's thinking right now. What are they planning? They've just won water. Under the TC, pulls out. Excellent. And Archie still hasn't really scouted around. That scout's still under here. And we're going to see a tower as well. Archie notices straight away. But there's still a gap, there's still a hole, and they're getting in. They're going to have to delete that, you're going to have to leg it, you're going to have to run. You got no choice. You're going to have to try and wall that. And I don't know, with Man-at-Arms too, trying to wall that. With the towering too, such a good follow-up. Such a good follow-up. We have 9 on stone, I didn't even really see that. Going to be taking the dock. But such a big investment put into the fire ships. And Archie now is going to go, or attempt to, go into archers, which Saracens definitely can do. Now under the TC fire, does get a veal pick there though. Archie with the Eco KD, that is going to be 5 fishing ships, it's not 5 veals. Oof, almost gets the pick, so close. Denying that woodline, and just breathing down Archie's neck. He's going to deny the... Sorry, that was a barracks, not an archery range. My bad. My mistake. Archie doesn't even have a barracks down. So I don't know if we're going to see infantry versus infantry, but Japanese win that every day. We don't have any upgrades from Archie. Obviously doesn't even have military. +1/+1 from Super Terrier. Fantastic. You love to see it. I think at this stage maybe even just start working on the houses. If you can start to even house your opponent. And we've got the castle clicker. Archie floating res. Just doesn't have the buildings. Trying to slap the buildings down. Has the barracks going... No, that is an archery range. Sorry. Super Terrier has halted the production. Has 9 Man-at-Arms? Okay, they're just over here. Right, okay, I got a bit confused there. I wasn't too sure. Towers on towers, they're all in range of each other as well, and it feels like the exact same thing from the first game. Archie getting pushed into a corner. Hey Lives, welcome to the stream. But Archie is finally able to click up, but this feels so messy already for Archie. But we got to remember, Archie at least has water. There's so much fish here. Has that map control. So if they're able to push this back, how you do that exactly? I'm not sure. I do like the tower from Archie. Really needs to protect his side of the map. And denies that archery range as well. Really well played by SuperTerrior. I am definitely quite impressed by this early aggression. SuperTerrior now clicking up to castle. Archie is getting the archer upgrade, so it looks like they will be going to archers. +2 armor from SuperTerrior. The idle eco from Archie significantly higher. A little bit more idle TC time from SuperTerrior, 45 villas to 35, or eco units rather, including the fishing ships, and slaps down the castle. I love that. And it's on range of the TC this time, so going to be doing a lot of damage. I suppose the hard part really, even if you put it here, there's not enough room to really put it down. The archers are there as well. So I think that's a good castle. Pop it on the TC to force a rebuild of the town centre as well. Slowly but surely we're getting crossbow now come in. Squires as well. It's going to be fast moving. Eventually longswords I'm assuming, but there's only 3 of them now. Hold on, we're seeing fletching coming in. We're seeing fletching. Is there another military building? Not at the moment. I'm assuming that's just going to be for the towers and castle actually. Bodkin arrow coming in for Archie. He's going to be abandoning... Oh, just getting pushed back. See, I don't know, at this stage, are you better off building a transport, getting some vills, and just taking some of SuperTerrior's land? I don't know. Because right now, Archie is just backed into such a small corner. It's got a little bit of gold, hardly any room for farms, and just this wood line. So these archers, oh no, just feeding the archers. Oh, it does pull back, luckily. And following with the siege workshop with cavalry. Already thinking 10 steps ahead. This siege workshop is going to be huge for being able to try and push back the crossbow that we've got. Even with a scorpion, because these aren't really massed, we've only got 6 crossbow. But now, you've got the stable. You just want to go some knights and they'll be able to help clean that up. No problem at all. We haven't invested quite heavily though into the man-at-arms. The hard part now is really, Archie can't push this back quickly. We do get the longsword upgrade coming in as well. Some samurai too, the unique unit. I'm loving the comp so far. The only thing, obviously, with the samurai, they will get eaten by the crossbow, but if that mango gets a shot, it doesn't even matter. Oh, the scorp's there too, I didn't even see that. Oh, go samurai, attack. Alright, what's happening over here? More fishing ships, scouts, we've got a knight out, Archie siege workshop as well. And that will go down. Archie has the TC behind here, 48 to 40. We still only have 1 TC though from SuperTerrior, similar to the last game. Idle TC time from both players getting quite high, but a lot of idle eco time. And a bada boom, and we're gonna get it again, bada boom! Huge, and the castle's gonna finish that off anyway. I feel like that was a good trade, really, for SuperTerrior. There's only so much gold Archie's going to have. We've got 3 tiles of gold. Has map control again, so he's going to be able to get the food income. So farms are going to be a huge deal breaker. He's going to need to continue though chopping wood. Wood and gold for siege and crossbow is going to be what's important here. And you're going to need a vill as well to try and repair these mangoes. They want to do a number on the towers. And Archie is dealing with this quite well. And oh no, maybe I spoke too soon. Ooh, that castle. I think we've just had a bit of a misclick here, and literally all but 1 of those crossbow go down. And we've just had SuperTerrior take the score lead as well. And it does feel like that. It does feel like the momentum is definitely in Super Terrier's direction. Archie still have the economy unit lead. And I don't know if they can see that. It's going to try and take down the knight. That will win. I don't know if we've had thumb ring come in or not for the Saracens player. But we've got 2 mangoes here, and oh, I did miss it. Oh no, sorry, I thought they might have had a mango v mango. The mangoes were pushed forward. There's so much happening on Archie's base right now. Still on stone, we've got the knights running around, we've got the second knight coming through. Let's just have a quick look at Super Terrier's eco. We have a university, maybe for murder holes. Yep, there we go, just being clicked. Some farms, plenty on gold. Maybe we want to refresh the lumber camp. If we don't want to go too TC, if we want to focus on this aggression. The eco's looking nice, it's looking so peaceful on Super Terrier's side of the island. I just don't think Archie was expecting this early aggression. Definitely the right move from Super Terrier to try and put on this pressure. We've got 3 mangoes now. And ooh, got the heal bonus there. Gets the veal. And oh no way, it wasn't even 2 for 1, just got 2 for 1 shots. Filthy. Super Terrier, what is happening? What is this godlike gameplay? And it just feels like Super Terrier is running away with this. Idled Veals, bottleneck all the way back. You have a bit of an engagement here with fire ship. And it turns out that longswords are pretty good against fire ships. Whoa, we just missed that. We saw the end of it. Another butter boom. Oh, yeah, yep. GG caught after that butter boom. The idle veals, definitely. I think if you're Archie, you definitely move on from this one. We put that one in the history books. At least now you get to pick the map for game 3.
Hello, Bozo.
I'm dancing. You just can't see. Well done. GG to Super Terrier. That was a really good game. So for a game that I thought that we were probably going to see a bit more of a sit back, boom, Imperial, lots of Navy battles, that turned into a super aggressive game, and I was not expecting that, and I don't think Archie was expecting it either. Evidently going so heavy with the fire ships. I mean, I feel like I would have done the same if I was Archie. But it just goes to show you've got to be scouting your own island at all times. You've always got to be thinking about on team islands about that drop. I used to actually do that, something quite similar, but mainly with Goths back when I was super noob, and that's all I knew to do. Goth go brrr with men-at-arms. So you've always got to be scouting. So I reckon, yeah, for team islands, just put your scout at least on auto scout. Just increase the probability, because Archie Scout was on this hill here for a while. But well done. Huge game. Huge game. Super castle dropper. Exactly. Alrighty. Well done. Let's get on to game 3. Here. You need to patrol, says Hoopla. You most definitely do. You didn't mention the knights on my island. Oh, look at that. I didn't even see that. Super Terrier as well. Scouting around. Super Terrier just knowing this map so well. You can see why they put that into the lottery. Very well done. Knows how to play this map. Definitely has the experience, has the hours on there. Alright. Alright, so we've got game 3. So we're going to a best of 3, everyone. And we are on Arabia for game 3. Archie's Berbers and the Lithuanians. Ooh, Berbers versus Lith. Berbers do get Camel. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Having Camel against Lith. I mean, look, Lith can obviously get super strong knights. But having their counter... I mean, it's not impossible, though. If this gets to Castle Age, then we can get some monks out to deal with the camel too. Let's see if we even get there. I don't know. I've tried predicting a few of these games and I've been wrong both times. So I'm not going to attempt to even predict. I have more of an inkling with Archie's Berbers though. But we'll see. I have definitely a strong indication. But I don't want to give too much of Archie's secrets away. I mean, I don't feel like it's a secret really if you watch his streams. When he does play Age of Empires or his tournaments in the past, it tends to be a favourite. It's just obviously I've been a teammate with Archie in 2v2 tournaments. We've trained together a lot of the time, so I know a lot of what they're good at. But obviously Berber's quite good at cavalry. Archie does like cavalry. So I'm going to predict cavalry from Archie. And I don't know, you can do so much with Lith. I remember one time I was expecting scouts. So I walled up. And then the person did men-at-arms into, not crossbow, archers. So that just walled me up and just killed my wood line. Ooh, that's tasty. I like that. But the only thing is they're going to be quite open. So you're going to have to do it. Look at these cliffs on here as well. Don't lose the boar again. Archie lost the boar again. Whoop. Could be kind of worth it if this... Nah. SuperTerrior reacts just in time. Super unfortunate for Archie going directly under the town centre again. But that is the way the cookie crumbles. That happens in Age. 12-12. Idle TC time low for both players. Both players have taken in a boar.
Close-o.
Into berries. One villager taking food, the other one building. I like it. Archie going 2 houses. SuperTerrior just building the one. Might build one later unless they go scouts. 14 or 15. Just a little bit more idle TC time from Archie. Not much at all though. And West in chat expressing his dislike for Arabia. Too meta, too sweaty. We are going to see some early aggression, I feel, regardless. I suppose if we're SuperTerrior, at least we can wall the front of the base. The only thing, the overchop is what you're going to have to watch out for here. Because as soon as that's gone, or even this tree. So whilst that's good now, as long as you maintain it correctly, it'll be fine. If you don't, it might come back to bite you. Maybe even having the lumber camp over here and palisade walling that. Maybe. But you just get so much coverage. The efficiency there is huge. So as long as we wall. Taking in now the next boar. Running around to TC. And going to try and scout the opponent. And let's see, has Archie pushed any deer? Did before the scout died? No. Ooh, that does sting then. Trying to get the early scouting on the opponent. It's come back to bite them. I saw SuperTerrior attempting to push. I don't know if they did end up getting one. I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4 deer that you start on Arabia. I feel like it changes. Actually, maybe they pushed one. Maybe they pushed one each. But regardless, there's 3 deer apiece. So even if they did or didn't, it'll be the same. But we do have now... Ooh. Tit for tat. Yep. Boom. So it's the hard part when you're trying to run out of the TC. You never want to run directly out of the circle. You always want to run at a bit of an angle. It's going to be quite hard if you're so close here. but you're going to have to try and say, get it in kind of that direction as such, and try and do a bit of a circle out of there. And the good thing is, if you can do it well after you've done it enough, the longer the vills are in there, the more it slows down the opponent. So sometimes really good players, myself not included, going backwards and forwards from the TC fire just to idle the vills I've seen done. I don't, because I don't trust myself to do it correctly. I would rather keep my scout. We see the barracks now coming down from SuperTerrior, barracks from Archie. And let's have a look. 10 on wood, 11 on wood, but 2 on gold. Now we saw this last time with SuperTerrior. This is like their little, this is a bit of their ploy. But we do have, just because of the idle TC time, less villagers from SuperTerrior. So that might hurt us. And we've got a stable. Alright, we're both going into scouts by the look of it. Both eco upgrades straight away from Archie. And we got vill production straight away as well. Very smooth transition to feudal age. SuperTerrior, not getting the eco upgrades, does have the food if they wanted to get it. Maybe not the wood though, but is getting a blacksmith. Okay, so maybe we're going to see a little bit more early aggression in terms of it just being early aggression, but good micro by the look of it from SuperTerrior. Obviously moving the vill from chopping that tree, saying, hey, no, I don't want a hole in my wood line, please, buddy. So just as long as you don't over chop, this is a great lumber camp, but we'll see. Time will tell. Both players having a scout. Oops, sorry for hitting the microphone. Pausing at the top. Both players know where each other are. SuperTerrior probably has just a little bit better of an idea of the opponent. But I feel like the safe assumption is both players will be going scouts. That's what you would be thinking. We don't see any spear out, so people don't want to be making assumptions apparently. But there we go. We see the scout coming out, trying to engage with some of the vills. And SuperTerrior staying on the wood line, trying to deal with the scouts at home. Already moving the stone as well. We can see a bit of a pattern here, I think, with SuperTerrior's gameplay. Definitely likes going to gold early, and also going to stone as well for a bit of a castle age TC, not TC drop, castle drop. So definitely can see a bit of a pattern here, and we do see the spear coming out now as well. Archie only going 2 scouts, whereas SuperTerrior is going 5. Now, if these 5 scouts can do some damage... Ooh, didn't wall in time. Does wall that lumber camp though. He's going to pick that scout. Run away. Run away. Nope. Good value for SuperTerrior there. Does lose a scout, but gets 2 of Archie's. And back home. Getting a few... We've got 1 vill pick so far by the look of it. Staying under the TC fire though. I think it's slightly better for Archie, just losing 1 vill so far. A little bit of idols around. And SuperTerrior, so this is the hard part now. See, Archie hasn't even gone to gold yet. I have a feeling they'll be going to it very soon. Going to be slapping down the blacksmith, and from the builds that I know I normally do, as soon as I put down a blacksmith, I'm also going to gold at the same time. So it looks like we'll get a bit more food though before the gold. Doesn't have a market from what I can see.
Closer.
A stone as well, so we're still going to be on stone quite early. So we're going to have a castle though ready to go. And it looks like we do have the market, so I think SuperTerrior is going to follow suit of what they did the previous game of just kind of buying their way up. And if it works, it works. There we go, bought 100 food. Archie, they're only just going to gold. So we might actually see SuperTerrior click up a lot faster here. And that will be huge if you can get up before your opponent. Because Archie doesn't... So now, this is where Archie's probably gone just a little bit too late to gold. So yeah, we're seeing the vills come over from wood, so Archie knows it. There was just a late transition, even trying to get the gold mining upgrade, just because they don't have the market. So I think, and SuperTerrior is already on the way up. And you're only on 70. Oof, this might hurt Archie. This is going to be a considerable later click up. And if we know SuperTerrior, they like going aggressive. We're going to see double stable. We have enough stone for a castle. Those viewers, I don't know if they're already going forward or not. So Archie, this is what Archie can see. So he knows he should be expecting the castle drop. He saw them on stone. Didn't see the mining camp. But if you assume that your opponent's already, Archie has clicked up, and that's about a minute and a half. Getting another stable. And I love the scouting here from SuperTerrior. It's like, I want to know what you're doing. I'm not going to give you this for free. Don't have any upgrades though from SuperTerrior. We don't have bloodlines either. Archie getting bloodlines +1 armor. About a minute and a half out. The Vils will be able to deal with that spear. But I mean, not bad, because you've just taken 3 Vils off of gold. You probably don't need that many to fight them, really. I reckon 2 Vils is more than enough. Even 1v1, I'm pretty sure a Vil still wins. Ooh, here we go. And denies the wood line. Is there another wood? Okay, Archie does have another wood line, but they're not fully walled through here. I don't know if their best bet... See, I don't know. I think you still take that engagement. The Vils win that. Spears aren't good at... Yeah, spears aren't good at all trying to kill Vils. Yeah, there we go. Take the engagement. And then maybe even gate wall through there. Just so they can't get through. I wonder if Archie's even noticed this. Oh, he doesn't even see it! Oh, no! We're going the classic flavor of Archie. I didn't want to call it, but I was pretty sure it was going to happen. 3 stable knights. Archie is going to have to vacate that wood line though. Doesn't have enough stone for another castle yet, and how good is that? Denies the wood line and gets some stone as well. I do like that castle. Now it's just going to come down to how well SuperTerrior can defend this, because this is one of Archie's go-tos. Remember, Archie has selected this map after they lost on Team Islands. This is game 3. This is what it comes down to in this moment. Is Archie going to be able to pull off the famous 3 stable knights? Has research husbandry. Looks like they're going to be walling off there eventually. He's going to go forward with the pressure. Has +1 attack, +2 armor. However, SuperTerrior, whilst they're producing some latest, doesn't have enough military upgrades. God, that took way too long to think of the word. I went from a lot of different things there. But anyway, oh, go the wood line, Archie! Doesn't even know that there's a lumber camp there. And great job, SuperTerrior, mindful the entire time not to overchop, getting a bit of stone walls, trying to defend them, putting a bit of forward pressure on as well. But Archie is going to win these fights purely because of the upgrades on the cavalry. Remember, the Berbers do also get cheaper cavalry, so it's also cheaper for Archie to make. Or if they've right-clicked that, this could be huge, even for a spear. No way. Archie doesn't notice. Oh, and the second one comes over. I think he's going to clean this up. Ooh, does notice just in time. Rather unfortunate, I think, for SuperTerrior. That could have been super cheeky. I wonder if we're going to see the pike upgrade. I think it's quite important, really. Because Archie is going to be going very aggressive. He already has 10 knights on the field. More knights are on the way from the base. Does wall off that wood line. Really good job there. Archie still doesn't really notice it though. Still doesn't see any Vils. Does continue to stone wall. Is there a gap? There is. Oh no! Is that open? I think it's closed. No, it's open. Oh, super unfortunate. And Archie even leaves a knight there. Oh, that's so tough. Oh no, the knight comes in. I don't think they realised. That is quite unfortunate. And Archie not really getting a lot of pressure on at home. While that castle was good to deny the wood line, we really need to see another castle. But the problem is, we don't really have the military to be able to put it right in their face. Maybe we could put it over here, kind of wall off to deny the gold. That's going to have to be the play here from Super Terror, because this is where Archie goes for the jugular. Archie is not thinking about the town centre, they're not thinking about eco. All they care about is just producing knights and eating TCs. And I think we're going to see that here. We do see the next castle isn't going to completely range the gold though. We do see the walls around it, which is great, but this TC is going down, and this is Super Terrier's only TC, and this is so difficult to deal with. If you're not preparing for this, the 3 stable knights of constant production, you're going to be in a world of hurt, unfortunately. +2/+2 for the knights. Hasn't completely walled. There's just so much going on that they can't really keep track of everything all at once. 25 to 51 Vils. Oof. Whilst I love the early aggression from Super Terrier, it just looks like Archie's response, even with the later click up, was the right one to do. The infamous 3 stable urban knights. It's so much easier to get out more knights. Oh, but here we go. We're going to interrupt. A breath of fresh air. I don't even think Archie's noticing. Is Archie noticing? I don't know. Yes, okay, Archie is noticing. Okay, because I didn't see anyone go. There we go. Alright. That's huge though. Because now we're at least stopping the knight production. The hard part is it just feels a little bit too little too late. We're going to evacuate some Vils. The right call. Still hasn't noticed this wood line either. So Archie now just trying to go for production buildings. Tough spot though for Super Terrier to be in. But at least we're able to put a bit of pressure on. But Archie does send some knights back. There's 29 knights. We've got 23 Vils now to 45. Archie now is expanding with the economy. So that lead is going to get bigger and bigger. Super Terrier is trying to put the TC on the side under the castle under the castle protection. But these knights are going to find it. Oh, that's unfortunate. No, yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, yes. There we go. These knights now just churning through Super Terrier's base. Has enough wood for a TC if they needed to, but unfortunately it doesn't look like that one's going to really be going up. Doesn't have fletching? No, they do not. Does have the +1/+1 for the cavalry. Unfortunately, Archie was just able to mass produce with those cheap bourbon knights. Taking more gold now. So even though was able to deny this gold, it looks like the knights will clean up the latest over here. But Archie now moving on to the other gold just outside their base. Moving forward. And it looks like they're willing to lose the base here. Did have a monastery, was thinking about relics at one point. And those monks could have really helped with maybe a couple of conversions. But honestly, the hard part is just that many knights that I don't even think really getting the conversions would have helped greatly. And we found the wood line. And I think with this, we can call it. We can confidently say that Archie will take out game 3. We are going to push through. I love the determination. It ain't over till it's over. But with your main source of wood now gone, it's going to be quite difficult. Archie just steamrolling, has been in this position. Super Terrier, good game, well played, good luck next. Archie takes out game 3. Congratulations, Archie, on a really good game. A really good game 3. Something to keep an eye out for the next opponent. I would definitely watch out Maybe even use the ban to prevent this from happening to you. GG, well played though. Super Terrier, great job. Going toe to toe with Archie, who is not a sleeping giant. He is definitely going to be very aggressive, going to try and make you work for it.
Yeah, boy!
Thank you for the follow, Super Terrier. And well done in the tournament, Super Terrier. Thank you so much for joining us. Archie will move on now to the next round, so they are our semi-finalists. Let me try and... Oh, I don't have it up. Oh, hold on. Map pool bracket. Okay, let me change scenes. Alrighty, here's my head. I'm back. Alrighty. So Archie now moving on to the next round. Pretty good best of 3 there. That felt Super Terrier though. I think we have to really admire your aggression against an aggressive player. I like meeting aggression with aggression, really. I think that it was a really good option. It worked really well, especially for Team Islands. But yeah, if you don't know about Archie's 3 stable knights with Berbers, it's going to be quite hard to counter that. That is probably Archie's go-to move. But the fact that you forced him to have to go to his go-to, I think says that you went toe-to-toe with Goliath and you went really well. So congratulations, good game, well played to Super Terrier. Hope to see you in the next tournament. And Archie, good luck next. 9 out of 9 possible games played, says MC West, and that is completely right.